Okay, welcome to the official first episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. Again, the first official episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. I've been talking about this transition for a couple of weeks now, so if you were expecting the Accelerated Path to Peace podcast, know that I am completing the rebrand, and we are now officially the Table Rush Talk Show. God bless and enjoy. You know when someone is selling from stage and at the end the audience gets up and rushes to the back of the room to buy? That's a table rush. My name is Mischa Z, and the Table Rush Talk Show is all about bringing you the tools, strategies, and tactics that you can use to grow your audience and inspire them to buy. In this episode, I'm going to talk about taking some messy action. It all seems to be messy action right now. My coach, Vince, told me as I'm going forward with a new direction on this podcast, more business-minded, focusing on, my winfomercial process and how I can help people with that, as well as just sales and marketing tactics, strategies, all that fun stuff, and me growing this business. He said to me, hey, you've got to start talking about this stuff. So he follows me a little bit, but he's like, hey man, you've got this winfomercial, you've got this idea, you've got this strategy, this framework to help people generate leads and convert those leads into their dream customers. So you got to start talking about that. And I was like, yeah, I am. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. And so then I was looking at download numbers on my podcast, and anybody with a relatively new podcast, or mine's coming up on a year, podcast numbers can be volatile, and trying to suss out if anybody is actually listening so is a whole nother story. So you can have downloads, and I went through this awesome spike recently of downloads as I was putting myself out there a lot more, and so I was seeing a bunch more downloads. That started to taper a little bit, and then also the podcast numbers are elusive. It's hard to tell how many people actually listen, for how long, things like that. And so I was a bit dispirited. And I was looking at the download numbers, and I just had this moment of clarity of like, you know what? The download numbers just don't matter at all. Like, it's all ludicrous. It's all silly. Start talking about the new path, and you got to start making offers. Vince's words sunk in. I was like, yeah, I got to start making offers. I've got to start doing that. I've got to start having more intention with the podcast and my actions. It's been very broad. And so I wrote this email and sent it out to my list. And so I thought as well, this would be an opportunity for some full transparency. I did my Tools for a Good Life Summit. I did that. I got just over 400 emails, functional emails, right around 400. So my email list was 400, and I've been emailing diligently once a week since then. And due to unsubscribes and things like that, attrition, it's like 1 or 2% each email. I'm down to just over 300. So I've got to start doing some lead gen again. I've got to start building my list again. Not that if it was ever, that's a tiny little list, but anyway, so I just had this epiphany, this moment of clarity. It's time to start, having a bit more intention. And so I sent this email out to my list, and I thought it was pretty cool, and it would suss out what I'm up to and where I'm at. So I'm going to read the email, and it starts like this. Well, first off, the subject line was, "God sent me to help who?" Which I thought was rather genius. Anyhow, today I don't care. I've looked at the download numbers on my podcast, and it seems so ludicrous and silly. It sent me over the edge. Am I talking to the void? I'm not sure. Self-aggrandizing? Perhaps. Narcissistic? Maybe so. But today I don't care, because that led to this moment. Who I can help. Keep scrolling to find out. Segue. It's time to stop dancing around and sell you something. Why am I here? We help entrepreneurs make videos that do your lead generation and selling for you through my funky new age communication tool, the winfomercial. Can you imagine that? A video that does your selling for you? Wouldn't that be awesome? What does that mean for you? Well, if you're an entrepreneur that has a product, service, or course you think is the best thing since sliced bread, and you can describe it with clarity, and you want more leads and sales from your dream customers, have I got a solution for you. You've heard that before, right? Yeah, me too. I'm currently beta testing my winfomercial process for proof of concept, i.e., your opportunity to go through my process for free and end up with assets that will drive your dream customers to you, assets that you can use to advertise, promote, post to social, cut, edit, trim, and monetize. Sounds fun, right? At least interesting, right? Would you like to be a candidate? If so, reply to this email with, "Yes, please," and I will email you a simple questionnaire to see if you qualify. If you qualify, I will take you through this simple framework. Pre-work questionnaire. Pre-production 45-minute interview that you can monetize right away. Client prep. Winfomercial interview. Traffic dash existing hyphen new. Revenue. And I will help you generate revenue faster and easier than you thought possible. But only respond to this if you want free advertising and social media assets custom created to you. Best, and don't forget to email me, "Yes, please," so we can get started. Sincerely, busy. So, great news. I did have a couple of responses, and I'm pretty excited. So that is what I'm up to. That's where I'm at. I'm doing proof of concept. And so I'm looking for candidates to help me prove concept. Oh my gosh, it's late. I'm tired. I was so proud of this email. I just had to read it to you, the audience. And also, it's an opportunity to give you an update. This might be the shortest episode I've done in forever. And as I'm talking here, I'm trying to think how to stretch it out. But I don't think there's a way to do it. Let me think for a second. Well, one, it's fun to have clarity, more clarity. Two, it's fun to start heading towards a call to action. Three, I think it's fun to be inspired to take the action to create this product that's manifested all of a sudden, this idea. And so it's fun to have have these ideas come to a head, and I'm taking action on that by looking for potential prospects for proof of concept. So these are important big steps. And you can start to see how I'm trying to help people, and you can follow on the journey with me and see, yes, is this working? I also had some clarity that there could be a whole lead up course to get to the point of this email, i.e., when I get the pre-work questionnaire back from potential people who want this service, if they're not up to the point I need them to be for me to be effective with my interview, I can take the time to coach them up, perhaps you up, to that interview, to that point of content creation. So I love that. I was like, yeah, that is actually very cool. And then to send the email out, this email that I just read to you, thank you so much for listening. Oh my gosh, I was having episode insecurity. I'm just in such a point of insecurity right now, and I am going to admit it. Just with a change in course, podcast number fluctuating, taking big risks. But anyway, I'm questioning whether it's wise to admit all that. Hopefully we'll laugh about it later. But a couple people responding back, yes, we want, yes, please email me that questionnaire to see if they qualify. So guess what? Now I get to create that questionnaire. So that's where we are right now. Thank you so much for listening. I'm figuring out how to talk about what I'm up to, how I'm helping people, and I am helping people. If you listen to the previous 2 episodes, it is an action. I look forward to having like legitimate revenue numbers at some point as well. Anyway, I'm done. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being on the ride with me. Love to all. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.